when, pray, are they actually going to be able to get to know each other after they get married? A mess. Hello, I'm Bridgette and I'm back. Gilmore Gang, we are back at it again, and no long intros. Let's just get straight into the messy recap. If you're out on the road. Stars Hollow residents continue to act like following Gilmore Girls' lives is the only thing worth living for and continue to live jobless lives. Lorelai tells Luke about the proposal and he is supportive and kind, and my man. Lorelai finally says yes to Max's proposal over the phone but doesn't tell her parents straight away, even though she's at Friday night dinner. Emily and Richard are ecstatic that Rory finished top 5% in her class and throw her a party that isn't really a party but is just a normal dinner. Rory invites Dean to the dinner and Richard is not pleased at all because he doesn't think Dean is good enough and makes it pretty clear that that is what he thinks. Lorelai tells Suki about the engagement and Suki is over the moon even though she doesn't know Max. And Suki calls up Emily to invite her to a surprise bridal shower that she's throwing for Lorelai, which of course Emily knows nothing about, and it is a lot. So Lorelai Gilmore is really in her bridal era. And I cannot believe that she's going to be marrying Max Medina. And we are all going to have to bear witness to it.
Well, I didn't really want to be here, so I was made to be here.
Have we not suffered enough? So she's asking Rory for advice on veil lengths. Rory Gilmore, the fashionista teenager. Okay, Lorelai has fashioned a veil out of newspapers and I am low-key impressed.
The theme is sort of Fragonard, Madame de Pompadour meets 21st century rock star / Williamsburg Hasidic gentleman.
So Lorelai has already visited a number of wedding dress boutiques and I have to agree with her about them being the devil's place of worship. Guess who's back again. Paris! Finally, I just need one full episode of Paris Geller immediately, if not sooner. So they're discussing summer school, which honestly sounds like a drag. I loved school, but go into it in the summer.
No thanks. A little one. Yeah, no thanks.
Madeline or Louise, as you know, around here, we can't be asked to differentiate between the two of them. Anyway, one of them asks Rory if she's going to be going to summer school. And of course, our perfect finished top 5% student is going.
Since you got your degree, and you know every fucking thing.
And then Paris has to remind them that they're not speaking to Rory on account of her not going to see PJ Harvey with Tristan. So the girls are going to be volunteering at some sort of construction site because it's going to look good on their college transcripts. And Paris absolutely does not want Rory to join them. So inevitably, Rory will be in attendance.
God damn it!
Guess who's back again. Henry! This is the guy that liked Lane from way back when, and we haven't heard from him in ages. He wants to know how Lane's doing because he's been trying to call Lane, but scary Mrs. Kim keeps answering the phone and is now threatening to call the FBI. So he had to stop calling. I hate this for Lane. I really want her to have a love life. She really deserves it. Anyway, Rory is still committed to being a good friend to Lane. And she offers to let Lane know that Henry has been calling her and also offers to pass on his phone number so Lane can call him instead. The redemption arc for Rory seems like it's cemented. Obviously, there's still time for her to fuck it up. So Friday night dinner and Lorelai still hasn't informed her parents of her engagement to Max. So she has to remove the engagement ring that she chose for herself from her finger before entering the house.
Girl.
Of course, we know that because of Suki's faux pas, they already know. So as per usual, Rory is being the voice of reason and the parent and saying to Lorelai, you need to let them know you're getting married in 3 months.
You gotta be kidding. You have to be effing kidding.
And this from Lorelai.
I will tell them when I'm ready to tell them. You have to accept that because I'm the mother and you're the daughter, and in some cultures, that means you have to do what I say.
Well, act like it then. Okay, it is official. Emily has an addiction to these tops. Emily, it's enough. I'm going to need you to switch it up now. Emily lets them know that they need to eat up quick because Richard has a flight to catch in the morning. Instead of just cancelling their Friday night dinner plans because they've got to go to bed early or whatever, she's like, chop, chop, no time to chop it up today. Richard requests to speak to Rory. It turns out that after the Dean incident last week, he'd already apologised to Rory over the phone, but he wants to do it again in person. Oh, we love a genuine apology around here. And it looks like Richard will be going back up in the character analysis chart. He looks so devastated that he even had a fight with his precious granddaughter. And again, I'm jealous. His love for her is so real. Emily and Lorelai, on the other hand, are not having such a gay old time. Emily is just shoveling dry salad down her while Lorelai is making her usual quips before deciding that this is the right time to tell Emily that she is engaged to a man that Emily doesn't know. In fact, to a man that Lorelai herself doesn't know. So now Emily's reaction to the news is not the best.
Well, I think that's very nice. I certainly hope we'll be in town for it, but if not, I promise we'll send a nice gift. Now, excuse me, I'm going to check on the roast.
So the Gilmore girls are processing the night's events, and Lorelai is obviously reeling from the lack of response from Emily about her engagement. I get it. Emily was rude. But just to play devil's advocate for a second, imagine you've never even mentioned that you're dating someone and then you tell your mum you're engaged.
What happened to hello? How are you? My name is. What happened to that?
Yes, I am an Emily Gilmore apologist. Sue me. Of course, given that they've just been to Friday night dinner, they need to have a post-dinner at Luke's diner. I've said it before and I'll be saying it, I'm sure, forevermore. Free Luke Danes. Leave the man alone. So Lorelai starts telling Luke about the family drama, and then Luke starts ranting about how weddings are a nightmare and that they always cause drama. Facts. He ain't wrong. What is it about wedding that just brings out the absolute worst in people? Also, side note, a mini rant about inflation. Bring back the days when you could get a burger for $6.25, which at the time, I reckon the pound was very powerful against the dollar. So that meal would have probably cost me £3.50 for a barbecue burger. I bought three items in the store yesterday to make dinner with, and it came to £17.25. 3 things. What is the point in life, honestly? Anyway, back to the Gilmore girls. It's the next day and Rory is in her overalls getting ready to work on the building site, and Lorelai has bedazzled her a pink hammer. Guess who's back again. Lane, I was really worried because I thought she'd already gone to Korea, but she hasn't left yet and she's dropping round all her precious items so that Mrs. Kim doesn't find them in her room. She also entrusts Rory with a special file that she's compiled in case she needs rescuing from Korea. And honestly, it's impressively detailed. Rory, still maintaining her status as most improved friend, asks Lane about Henry. And Lane's like, yeah, we spoke, he likes me, but I'm never going to see him again, so it doesn't matter. Guess who's back again. Dean. He pops round to hang with Rory. Now, last episode, I really thought our Dean was a changed boy. He's not our Dean. I really thought Dean was a changed boy, but I was wrong. Possessive, manic, moody boy Dean is back with a vengeance. And it only took 1 episode.
I would love to, but I have to do this thing today. Hold on.
He's pissed off because she's going to work on this building site. God forbid Rory has some hobbies or some other shit that she's got to do that doesn't involve pretending to be compatible with Dean. Gays, girls, guys, theys, never let a person change your plans that you've made. Ever. So I guess the kids really are building a house. Rory turns up for work on the site and this construction guy shows her to her station and she presents him with her bedazzled hammer, which at first he seems kind of enamored with, or at least curious about. Rory gets a random nail and her bedazzled hammer and the nail goes flying somewhere else. And then Paris rocks up and is like, this is my wall move. It turns out that Paris has built many, many houses before. Okay. She's been volunteering with that charity because apparently Harvard loves to see the extracurricular activities. For someone who's been so obsessed with Harvard since they were a child, why does Rory not know that? I did not go to Harvard or any Ivy League school, and even I know that these schools favour extracurricular activities. Where's your head at, Rory? So Stalker Dean is back in full force and he is waiting for Rory at the bus stop. Now, I will give Dean credit. He has arranged a date for them, which in this current climate, for a man or a boy to do this is impressive. It shouldn't be, but it is. However, Rory is less than enthused about this date because she has realised that she needs to go full throttle on these extracurricular activities if she's going to stand a chance at getting into Harvard. Also, why is her face covered in dirt? She was not working down the mines. Now, this next line is absolutely wild.
I can't hang out or kick back. I need to find a retarded kid and teach him how to play softball.
Okay, everyone, we've gone dark. We've officially gone too dark. Now, I'm going to give the show a pass because shit was wild back then. Things that shows used to get away with. Did anybody watch the America's Next Top Model documentary? Dean is well and truly back to being himself, and you know what? At least I know where I stand. I totally get that it is annoying when somebody blows you off, but there are ways to say it, and this ain't it, Dean. I mean, considering they only just got back together, is it not a bit too early to be having a colossal fight? Maybe, just maybe, you two ain't compatible.
That's my opinion!
So Rory is spiraling, and she's just trying to find anywhere that she could volunteer to guarantee her chances of getting into Harvard. And I hate to say it, but it is the first time I've related to Rory.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
When I get a bee in my bonnet about something, I have to do it right there and then. I once decided that I was craving a Japanese breakfast, and I trawled the streets to find authentic Japanese bowls and utensils. Mackerel, rice, miso soup, and I was pissed off because I could not find any pickled plums. Breakfast ruined. So Lorelai is on a date with Max, presumably to actually get to know him so she can know more about him than his name and where he works. And she's picking at her food, presumably because it isn't a burger from Luke's diner. She seems kind of morose, and Max asks her what's wrong. And she's like, oh, just stuff. But it's clearly the Emily stuff that's bothering her. Max, on the other hand, has a mother who is thrilled that he's getting married, even though she doesn't know Lorelai from Adam. And they've been dating for about 5 minutes. Max's parents actually sound super cute, and they give them money towards the wedding, $35. Max is trying to be supportive towards Lorelai. You know, he's trying to cheer her up and say, maybe Emily will warm up to the nuptials in due course.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it. Not from her.
So Lorelai makes Max pull up to Emily and Richard's house, unannounced, with her new fiancé.
You cannot be for real.
Lorelai girl, this ain't it. She basically goes in on Emily, not being able to muster up any enthusiasm for her engagement. This is so awkward for Max. So they have it out, and Emily lets Lorelai know that she's upset because she had to find out that her only daughter is getting married via a stranger. I may or may not have shed a tear. I may or may not be on my period. Anyway, Max is like, Kate, nice meeting you, bye.
Guess who's back again.
Michelle is well and truly back. He cares not one iota about Lorelai's wedding shenanigans. Suki, on the other hand, is wearing a full-length bandana and busting her gut, trying to work out which cookie is going to be right for the wedding shower that she's throwing for Lorelai, and trying to get Michelle to help her make a decision. Michelle is refusing to try the cookies because he only eats 1,500 calories a day, and if he has the cookie, he's not going to be able to have his Booker burger. Valid. Lorelai comes in wanting coffee, and Suki tries to stop her from entering the kitchen, but Lorelai walks in to this.
No life I know to compare with pure imagination.
Oh, get me a friend like Suki. Because what do you mean she's turned the kitchen into a patisserie? Now, I don't know what that means for the guests of the inn and whether they'll be eating sweets for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but who cares? What a sweet gesture. Anyway, obviously now Lorelai knows that Suki's throwing her a wedding shower, and then the penny drops because she realizes it was Suki who invited Emily to the shower before she had a chance to tell her parents about the engagement. What in the world? This engagement party is lit. Look at all the gifts. I am beside myself with jealousy. I don't care if I don't know who most of these people are. They brought gifts. This guy's really living his best life whilst Lane is DJing. Lane is going to be leaving for Korea later that evening, and I swear to God they better bring her back or the writers will have a mutiny on their hands. Oh my God, is that a Hello Kitty sandwich maker? It's not fair. Max quips that all the gifts are for Lorelai, and it's like, yes sir, nobody knows you. Your fiance doesn't even know you.
She doesn't even go here.
You literally just arrived. And he will be gone again because he is going to Toronto for 2 months to teach. When, pray, are they actually going to be able to get to know each other? After they get married? A mess.
I said what I said. Guess who's back again.
Miss Problematic Patty. She has choreographed a little mini bridal tap dance recital thing with the kids of Stars Hollow, and it's cute, whatever. Dean shows up to the wedding shower and apologizes to Rory immediately. Oh, he's up, then he's down, then he's up, then he's down. He explains that he was missing her and that he was a little jealous of the Harvard stuff, and it's kind of cute. And then Rory apologizes for freaking out about the Harvard stuff. It's kind of giving mature relationship. So Lorelai looks over wistfully at Luke's diner and basically realises that Luke hasn't attended even though it's right outside his doorstep. Can't say I blame the man. So she heads over to see him. The man congratulated you sincerely. You know he's in love with you and now you want him to attend your engagement party?
I think you're a sick woman. To do something like that is sick.
She's so greedy. Look at his heartbroken face. I can't deal. You still have me, Luke. I won't let you down like her. Jackson is seemingly still hella uncomfortable around the idea of weddings and marriage. Again, thank God, Suki still has time to get with one of those hot sous chefs. But then he says he would be up for moving in with Suki. Did anyone mention moving in? Suki laughs it off like it's the most hysterical thing in the world, and it is laughable. His shirt today is inoffensive though, so that is something. Oh, I didn't see this coming. This could be a vibe. So Lane finally heads off to Korea. Again, if this is goodbye, I am coming for the writers. So Max and Lorelai are slow dancing and Luke comes out of the diner. And it's like, for what? So he can watch you slow dance with the love of your life. Why does Lorelai insist on torturing this man?
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
So after the party, Lorelai pays Emily a visit to show her some veils. A veiled attempt at an olive branch, if you will. I'm sorry, but my humour knows no bounds. Emily isn't really picking up what Lorelai's throwing down, and she's still visibly quite upset. But then Lorelai apologises and says that she finds it hard to tell Emily things because she doesn't always know if Emily's going to be genuinely happy for her because she's always picking at her. Emily is silent until...
Your head is much too big for a veil.
I howled. And I guess that's Emily's thinly veiled olive branch back. She suggests a tiara instead of a veil, which is what she wore on her wedding day. And it looks like the ice is beginning to thaw between the two of them. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ending. Rory, come up a bit because you really do seem to have turned a corner in your friendship with Lane and you handled the Dean stuff maturely too. Lorelai, I still don't know why you're marrying Max and I don't like that you rubbed your slow dance in Luke's face, but you handled the apology to Emily with grace. It was impressive. Up you come. Max, just whatever at this point. Dean, you got off the starting block last episode and I don't want to do too much because I don't fully trust you, but your apology to Rory seemed genuine. Emily, stay where you are because though you were hurt about Lorelai not telling you about the engagement, you still could have attended her party. Luke, all the way up. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with Lorelai and I promise I will never do you like she does you. And that's it for another episode. I really, really like that Emily and Lorelai made up. It warmed my cold heart. I am hoping that Lane comes back from Korea and gets to rekindle her romance with Henry and get the love story that she deserves. Anyway, join me next time for more shenanigans. Until then, okay, bye.